Hello. Hi there. Welcome to Guiding Voice podcast series. The Guiding Voice for a better future. This podcast is to help students and young professionals to shape their careers. Dear listeners, in every episode, we interact with industry experts and drive some insightful conversations that will help our audience learn great things. Also, we share an interesting trivia or fun fact about the IT world towards end of every episode. Thank you for tuning in. This is Naveen and I'm with my co-host Sudhakar. So folks, we come across this kind of statements. My wife wanted to stay in this city, so I could not join that company. This is despite the fact that you love this company and you could have been truly happy there. One more example. I want to have an ergonomic chair at home for my basic productivity and sanity. However, I can't spend this much just for a few months. So, not having a control of your life manifests in a way that your life's big and small decisions are not consciously made by you. I'm sure some of you are able to connect to these situations. So today we are going to discuss a very intriguing topic, taking charge of your life. And we are pleased to welcome Achin to our show today.
Achin is a co-founder and CEO of Catalyyze, a marketplace for curated life coaching services. Achin quit his high-paying corporate job after working for more than 19 years with big brands like Google, Accenture, CK Birla Group, Ola and Infosys. Achin took up entrepreneurship with a vision to help people take charge of their lives and come out of victim mode. He loves to see people grow from codependence to independence to further interdependence. He is passionate about watching people grow and become a better version of themselves continuously. Achin wants people to respect and love themselves so that others can't take their advantage. Love and care are some of the core values for Achin. Achin, welcome to our show. Let us get into our conversation.
Thank you so much for such kind words, both Naveen and Sudhakar. Really happy to join this podcast and share anything and help in any way I can to your community and your followers.
Thank you, Achin. We generally start with the career journey. That way we understand more about you. So, how did it actually start and how did you reach this current stage?
Sudhakar, I have actually made 3 career transitions in my 19 plus years of professional career, including my transition from a secure job to entrepreneurship. My first career stream was in the IT industry, where I primarily joined because it was the in thing at that time and the fact that it involved problem solving that I really used to like. A few years later, the work content changed. It changed to people management and on-site coordination. It didn't excite me. I quit my job to do my MBA. Post my MBA, I started my second career stint in management consulting. Again, it was the in thing and it was the problem solving. Exactly the same reasons for my first job, and exactly the same thing happened again after 5 years when I stopped growing. My third career stream was in the internal consulting kind of a work with Google, Ola and CK Birla Group. This change, again because it was a natural movement from consulting to industry, and again it involved problem solving. Even there, something similar happened. I stopped growing after 5 or 6 years. I was pretty clear. I need the answer now before doing anything else further. I went deep and I figured out that the problem solving is something that I was good at. And I knew that because I could crack almost all the engineering exams, the competitive exams that we all sit through, that are all very famous. And that is when I thought that problem solving is something that is my passion. But that was not the case. I was good at it, but I was not passionate about it. I realized that I am an empath, someone who feels others' emotions pretty closely, as if he himself is going through it. Now, having said that, it is natural for me to to help others come out of their distressing situations and accelerate their growth. This is actually my passion. And this is when I started up Catalyyze with a vision to help people accelerate their growth and help them in any which ways that I can help, so that they cut down their failures and the number of years they spent as at incompetitive positions and take charge of their own destinies.
Accelerating the growth by taking charge of your life. What a wonderful topic. I'm really excited. What is the motivation behind proposing this as a topic for our discussion today?
So, Sudhakar, thanks for these kind words. As per some of the latest statistics, around 70% of the people are stuck in victim mode. Now, when I say victim mode, these people blame others and the situations more often than they take responsibility for their own actions. Instead, if they look inward and see what beliefs in them is not serving them and tweak that, they can accelerate their growth. And I'll give you my own example, because that is something that I have observed very closely and I am 100% confident about.
Sure.
So when I was in my 11th class, no one in my family had ever cracked a single competitive engineering exam before. And all my relatives, all my school friends, everybody used to say only few people crack it. We have never seen anybody cracking it. Why are you even preparing for it? Rather, concentrate on your 12th exam and you can get a good BSc or BCom college and you can do what others are doing. People may even laugh at you if you don't even get a good college. I could have simply given up on my engineering dreams and gone with BSc or BCom. But I simply tweaked my mindset. I said, somebody has to take that leap of faith. Somebody has to be the first person to do it. And then I started working very hard on it. In fact, I almost became passionate about cracking it and becoming the first person in my family to crack the engineering exam.
Cool.
Right? Whatever people were promoting to me, whatever they were guiding, and whatever mindset they were having themselves. So I grew with this one simple tweak in my mindset that I can be the first person to do this. Now, since most people have handed over their remote controls to external world, they remain small. They can't think big. They don't operate at their optimal self. This is what I believe.
That's really amazing, Achin. It reminds me of a great quote from Nelson Mandela. It always looks impossible until it is done, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool. Achin, based on your experience being part of numerous coaching conversations and also being an owner of such an amazing platform, what are some challenges that people face while taking charge of their lives?
It's an amazing question, first of all. The biggest challenge is actually the beliefs, the social norms, and the fear of failure. And the fear of failure vis-a-vis these norms. For example, I could have used an excuse that since typical incoming MBA batches in India have less than 1 to 2 years of average experience, let me not try my MBA after 5 years. I could have thought like that and been stuck in IT for the rest of my life. I did not do that. I looked at other places. That is when I came across ISB and I tried for it and I got through it. I'm giving my own examples not to boast about myself, but the fact that people see how these simple tweaks have actually worked in the real life.
Yeah.
Right? Similarly, an excuse to open up my own venture could have been that starting up a venture is capital intensive. It could also mean that only after full clarity one can start up a venture. I could have also thought if I fail, people will laugh at me. In fact, I was not even a coach. I only had coaching experience as a coachee, as a client. And having said that, coming to this industry would have looked ridiculous. So I found out a way. I found out that I want to help people. Even if I am not a coach, I can help people by simply giving them an option to connect with the world-class coaches. And that is something we have a plenty in this country. The only thing that was needed was to curate them and create a platform that brings the curated coaches and their coaching services to the people. That is how I have done it. To give you another example, we have created these 3 solutions. We have 3 verticals. The first vertical we launched was one-on-one coaching. The second one was coaching training. And the third one is actually group coaching programs. A third vertical actually we launched at almost 1/10 of the cost of the first vertical, and we launched in 1/10 of the time.
Wow.
So even if this venture is only 1.5 to 2 years old, we could make so much of progress that all the previously made budgets and previously made assumptions would have completely gone awry. The only thing that worked is the belief that this thing will work and the belief that this is going to be helpful for a lot of people. And if you see Flipkart, Ola, Apple, all these companies started either in garages or in flats and started as completely different companies than what they are today. It all unfolds later in the venture. Apple started off as a computer company. Today it is a phone company, then computer company. Ola started as a tourist company, and today it is the Uber counterpart of India today. Flipkart started as a book reading app, as a marketplace for books. But today it is something else. Same goes for Amazon. Right? So you don't know what is going to work and what is not going to work. You have to do experiments, you have to fail, and then only you will know what is going to happen. So you have to keep busting your myths to grow forward. There are many other myths. There is a huge need for people to stick to the social norms that keep people from thinking and acting big. Ultimately, these people lead suboptimal and dissatisfied lives. While if you look around, there are a lot of people who have turned the tide and they did it with all the constraints that you can ever imagine.
Perfect examples. Thanks for those wonderful insights, Achin. So how do we overcome these myths and break the social barriers or the norms that will prevent or hinder someone taking charge of their life?
Very good question, Naveen. So the first step is actually acknowledgement. Once you acknowledge that there is a problem, be it being stuck in your career, stuck in your venture, or in a relationship, the key idea is reveal it to heal it. And when I say reveal it, you don't have to reveal it to the world. You don't have to put it on social media. You have to reveal it to yourself. You have to acknowledge it that you have this problem. You are stuck in an industry. You are stuck in a job. You are stuck in a relationship or your venture, and that you need to come out of it. The second step is to invest in self. Now here I am talking about both time and money. Rather than wasting your time sulking and going through a painful period, you should invest in yourself and accelerate your progress. Take help of a coach. Dive deeper into yourself and be a better version of yourself. Take charge of your life. I'll give you an example. Why do you buy mutual funds and not buy equity shares on your own? I realized that I didn't do that because when I did it myself, I failed. I invested in equities for around 7-8 years. And after 7-8 years of failures, I realized I am really bad at it. And then I started using mutual funds. And that is when my money actually started to grow. Similarly, a common example is, why do you hire a doctor, right? You can learn all the things the doctor has learned and you can do it on your own. You don't do that, right? Because rather than taking that pain, and that is a physical pain, so you easily acknowledge it, rather than taking that pain, you want to go to the doctor and fix the problem and focus on what you are good at. Similarly, rather than failing for several years and then realizing that you have been failing because of this simple and small reason, and you could have tweaked this long time back, simply go to the coach, hire a coach, find out what is it that is stopping you from moving forward, take actions and move forward, right? So acknowledge, invest and accelerate is what I suggest to overcome this challenge.
That is really cool, Achin.
Sure.
Let us change the gears a bit here. Who is your role model that took charge of his or her own life and been successful in the career or profession?
Absolutely. So without any doubt, I would name Narendra Modi. I guess all of us kind of know the kind of background he has come from and where he has moved today. He has aspirations to make India a superpower. He thinks really big. He takes bold steps. Even now, he is taking as bold steps as he probably took 2 or 3 years after coming in charge, becoming the Prime Minister of India. So I think this is one man whom I see continuously growing and taking charge of his own destiny and his own country's destiny, and always think the biggest for the country. Don't think India cannot become rich. Don't think it cannot become clean. Don't think that it cannot have gas connections to so many people. Don't think it cannot have water connections to so many people. Don't think Ganga cannot be clean. Everything can be done, and he is doing it.
Yeah, I'm sure he's the inspiration not only for Indians but inspiration to many across the world. Now let's talk a little bit about your organization, the Catalyyze, the platform or the marketplace for coaches. So you broadly highlighted some of the services. Can you talk a little bit deep into it?
Absolutely. So Catalyyze, as I said, is a personal and professional development platform to help people take charge of their lives. Catalyyze has launched 3 verticals to ensure it provides powerful yet affordable solutions to help people come out of their victim mode and live a better life. The first one and the original one we had launched is one-on-one coaching. This was launched in June 2019. Now, one-on-one coaching is the most powerful way to bring about transformation in someone's life and become a better version of themselves. The second one we have is group coaching programs. Now, launched in July 2020, this has become our most popular vertical because of the unique blend of pre-recorded and live sessions that we have managed to bring together. Some of the notable programs are career transition, self-mastery, women returnship, and job hunt. These programs are done in a group setting, so people learn through each other. At the same time, they do whatever is a concept learning in the back end, and they come and reflect back on things in the live sessions. So it's very powerful. At the same time, it is affordable in nature. The third solution we have is coaching certification. Now, this vertical helps train life coaches to further the impact. What I mean is that once a person decides to become a life coach and takes the life coach training, then he or she becomes a life coach, and that has a ripple effect for the entire sector, right? These are the 3 verticals that we have. Catalyyze today has 20 plus coaches on its platform. It has a unique 3-step coach onboarding process to ensure only the best coaches make it through. And we are present in all major Indian cities and also in Singapore.
That is great. So you are also growing big and crossing the barriers.
Absolutely.
Amazing. One last question. What are your tips for students and young professionals that are aspiring to make it big in the industry and in their careers by taking charge of their lives?
Sure. Absolutely. So I believe, Naveen, that time saved is in experimenting is equivalent to accelerating your progress. Right? The trick behind finding out where you are going to be successful is to know your own self early in the game, right? And when I say know yourself, the idea is to know your strengths, your shadows. So I believe that the time saved is equivalent to time made, right? So when I said that, you keep experimenting different things and you keep failing, rather keep going inward and come out with powerful solutions. Do things that you really like to do things that you can be successful, so that your failures are limited, your growth is accelerated, and you achieve what you really wanted to achieve in your life. So continuous improvement, the perpetual focus on your personal growth and your professional growth, and then moving forward, take your next leap is something that I would suggest for the students and also for the young professional. Adopt it as a culture of your own self to actually progress good in your career. So continuously invest in self and continuously grow. That's the mantra.
Continuous investment in self and continuous growth. Amazing. Thank you, Achin. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was indeed a great discussion on taking charge of your life.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, Achin.
Thank you.
Dear listeners, to know more about our speaker and the content, visit or follow us on social media. We are available on LinkedIn, Facebook, Insta, Twitter, Pinterest, and also on YouTube. Just search for The Guiding Voice and then follow, like, subscribe to us, and also share within your network. Also, please feel free to email us at The Guiding Voice for You. That is TheGuidingvoice 4 as a digit, U as a letter at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on India number 9494587187. Again, it is India number 9494587187, and we will be happy to collaborate with you.
All right. So it brings us to the trivia segment of today's episode. And today's trivia is about CDs. I'm not talking about continuous deployments, but about compact discs. I know this generation might have not come across compact disc yet, because we are in the era of using these memory cards and cloud platforms, but CDs were very popular during early 2000 and so on. So compact discs read from the inside to the outside edge, which is the reverse of how records work. Interesting, isn't it? Thank you for listening. There is more in store, folks. Stay tuned. Have a wonderful time. Take care. Be safe. Until next time, bye-bye.